Continue to express different views regarding President Cyril Ramaphosa's statements yesterday, where he announced the establishment of a commission of inquiry to probe the allegations that were made by the Provincial Commissioner of SAPS in KwaZulu-Natal, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, painting a very, very damning picture about the state of affairs within the SAPS. Also placing the Minister of Police Senzo Mchunu on special leave. But let's try and engage some residents who are walking the streets of Durban just to get their views with regards to these particular developments. And I'm now going to ask you, sir, thank you so much for joining us. Perhaps please introduce yourself, your name and surname and where you come from, and talk to me about your reaction to the President's speech yesterday.
My name is Wayne Fritz. I'm actually from Johannesburg, Florida Park. My view regarding this incident is absolutely unacceptable, and this is exactly what the minister does to us. He plays musical chairs with everybody that's been involved with corruption and stuff like that. And this is actually like the norm of the ANC. They just shift the blame to somebody else or just move somebody else to a different portfolio. And we kind of hurtful for a lot of things. And as long as we have Cyril Ramaphosa as the minister, I don't think, or even his allies that works with, they do absolutely nothing for us. 30 years down the line and nothing has changed.
Just based on the allegations that were made by the Provincial Commissioner of SAPS, what were you expecting the President to do?
In short, to fire him. And that is what I think all of us expected, because the allegations was there, proof was there, and nothing is actually happening to him. And this is like the norm of our president. He just moves them to different portfolios and stuff like that. Really.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Okay, sir.
Appreciate your time. Well, we also have another resident here joining us very briefly. We just want to get also, ma'am, your views regarding the speech that was made by the President yesterday, establishing a commission of inquiry to probe the allegations leveled against Minister Senzo Mchunu and other senior officials within SAPS, as well as placing him on leave of absence. What are your views on that?
Look, I'm actually very, very disappointed, because why is he sent on leave? So actually nothing has changed, and it's actually sad what Cyril is doing and our country is going down.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. These are just some of the sentiments that have been expressed by residents here in the streets of Durban. Obviously, earlier on, we did have an opportunity to speak to different political parties, Action SA in particular. They've also expressed their dissatisfaction with regards to how the President has handled this particular matter. The Action SA in KwaZulu-Natal, through Mr. Zwakele Mncwango, who is the provincial chairperson, saying there that there have been a lot of these, commissions of inquiry, but at the end, nothing really much comes out of that. So they are expressing that particular dissatisfaction with regards to that. And also they are calling for the President to, they call for the President to fire, the Minister of Police rather than placing him on leave of absence. Obviously, the African National Congress in KwaZulu-Natal, through its provincial coordinator, Mike Mabuyakulu, speaking to us earlier on, they've also, expressed their views on this particular matter. The ANC is saying that they welcome this particular step that has been taken by the President, and they hope that this commission of inquiry will be able to get to the bottom of these damning allegations against senior politicians as well as officials within SAPS.
You won't believe what just happened in South African politics. For the first time in years, the ruling party in KwaZulu-Natal is publicly backing the suspension of one of its own, Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. That's right, the ANC in KZN has officially welcomed President Cyril Ramaphosa's decision to place Mchunu on special leave following the explosive allegations made by Provincial Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. And folks, this is no ordinary political fallout. This is a full-blown crisis that's shaking the very foundations of law enforcement in the country. Let's rewind just a bit. It all started when General Mkhwanazi, known for his no-nonsense leadership, dropped bombshell revelations linking Minister Mchunu and other top officials to serious interference in police investigations. We're talking about obstruction, political shielding of criminal figures, and even compromising major criminal cases. These weren't whispered allegations made in passing. Mkhwanazi went public. He called it what it is: political meddling in the criminal justice system. That was a brave move, and one that clearly didn't sit well with the corridors of power. But instead of the usual denials and finger-pointing, something different happened this time. The president listened, and the result: Senzo Mchunu is now officially on special leave. While the minister himself hasn't admitted any wrongdoing, the fact that Ramaphosa acted so swiftly speaks volumes. It's a sign that the allegations can't simply be swept under the rug, not this time. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. The ANC in KZN isn't crying foul or trying to protect one of its senior members. Instead, they've publicly backed the decision. In their own words, they welcome the president's move and support the establishment of a commission of inquiry to get to the bottom of these very serious allegations. This is a big deal. For a provincial ANC structure to break ranks and support a disciplinary process against someone as high up as the police minister. That's almost unheard of. It sends a strong message that the party, at least in KZN, wants to be seen as taking a stand against corruption and political interference, especially when it comes to something as critical as policing. But of course, not everyone's buying it. Some critics say this sudden show of integrity is just a political calculation, a way to save face in a province where public trust in the police is at an all-time low. Remember, KZN has seen a wave of political killings, unsolved crimes, and rising drug networks that many believe have been allowed to flourish because of high-level protection. So the stakes are sky high. The Commission of Inquiry, which the ANC also supports, will now have the difficult job of digging through all of this: testimonies, internal documents, phone records, and hopefully, real accountability. And if what Mkhwanazi said is true, that criminal syndicates are working hand in hand with senior police officials, and possibly even cabinet members, then this could turn into one of the most damning investigations in post-apartheid history. Let's not forget, whistleblowers like Armand Swart have been killed for speaking out. Journalists have been intimidated, activists have been silenced, so this isn't just political theater, this is life and death stuff. That's why the decision to suspend the minister, even temporarily, is a win for transparency. It also shows that the pressure from the public is working. Thousands of South Africans have been marching, protesting, and demanding action. They want accountability. They want the rot in the police to be cleaned out. And most importantly, they want leaders who put the country before the party. Whether this is a genuine turning point or just another temporary storm remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has opened a door that the government can no longer slam shut. The truth is out.